And so just one reminder is to keep yourself on mute when not sharing and while the speaker's speaking, so we can limit the background noise. And today's webinar is being recorded and we'll share it with you afterwards. So I'm actually going to introduce Hanka Musilova, who is a certified emotion code practitioner living in the Czech Republic. Hanka was certified as an emotion code practitioner in 2011. Emotion code and body code was developed by Dr. Bradley Nelson, a chiropractor. And this method deals with the trapped emotions in our bodies, which can cause physical and emotional problems. From 2014, Hanka began using the body code, which covers even more areas in our lives. Recently, she had the opportunity to meet with Dr. Nelson and his wife, Jean Nelson, when they were visiting the Czech Republic. In addition to emotion code and body code, Hanka is working with the original energy code developed by Kurt Saddleberger from Austria, a method to deal with our spiritual issues and those that we inherited from our ancestors. She's the mother of several beautiful children, I think I heard 7 beautiful children, and a wonderful artist as well. And today Hanka will be educating us about emotion code and body code. And with that, I'd like to welcome up Hanka.
Thank you for a nice introduction. I hope you can hear me well. So I will share my screen with presentation, which I prepared. So most of you already heard about the emotion code, so I hope I can give you at least something interesting about it. So how it was said, I was certified in 2011. And actually why I started to do the emotion code was that at that time I had a really deep depressions and I didn't know actually what to do. And I was not in the mood to ask somebody to help me. So I was trying to find some way. And some year before I was introduced to the emotion code, and I felt like maybe this is the way how can I help myself at that time. And it really helped me to overcome some period of my life, and I could continue and go more and more into energy healings of different kinds. But anyway, I'm still doing the emotion code, the body code as well. Now I added this original energy code, which is another step, I would say. So concerning the emotion code and the body code was developed by Dr. Bradley Nelson. As it was said, he is a chiropractor and holistic physician as well. And in his praxis, actually, he found out that somehow his way of healing is not enough. And then he was praying to God and looking for ways how to help people even more. And he found this method and he developed it during the years which followed. He's living in Utah in USA, and he's the author of the emotion code and the body code book. And recently I met him in Prague, and he's a very nice person, very sensitive, very open-hearted person, and a very family type. He has big family as well. He has also 8 children together with his wife, and they seem like very nice couple. So he has similar ideals as we have. So it was very touching experience for me. So he published the book, the Emotion Code, and this is actually the second edition. And because at that time when I started to study the emotion code, I was so excited about that book and about the method that I just felt I want to pass it to as many people as possible. So at that time, I also translated the book into Czech, into our language. And it's very nice because many people until today appreciate the translations a lot. So I'm very happy I could support them in studying this energy work, this kind of work. And early at the beginning of 2023, the new book, the body code, will be published. I think in February probably. So if you are interested, you can look for it and buy it for yourself as well. So if you want to understand this energy work, we need to understand energy. And we already know that everything is energy. Everything in us, within us, or around us, everything is energy. Some energy has form of physical, some energy is invisible. And this invisible energy includes our emotions as well. And if you look at ourselves, at our body, we have our physical body and our spiritual body. And both sides are really pure energy. And this invisible energy is sometimes called by others like prana, chi, akachi. And physical body is just the form of matter, is the energy in the form of matter. Yeah, so if we would look onto our body with some microscope, we would find very small matters until we find empty places or empty spaces. So it's really like energy which is vibrating. And we are experiencing the world through our emotions. Everything we are feeling through our emotions. And this actually is what our life is created by, is making our life more colorful. And if we would not have emotions, we would be maybe like robots without feelings. But through our feelings, we are really experiencing the world and ourselves and our relationship in very, very interesting and nice ways. And the emotions are really very pure and vibrating energy, and there are no negative or positive emotions. I would say that all emotions are okay, and it's just the way how we use them or how we interact with them with others. That's what makes them maybe difficult or nice or happy ones. And most of the emotions are generated in our organs and glands. Maybe you know that anger is connected to liver. So if you have maybe too many toxins in your body and your liver does not work well, then those people can become more angry. So in the next slide, I have a question for you. If we can be divided into small groups, so you can ask yourself or ask each other something about your emotions or how you experience your emotions in nice situations and in difficult situations as well. So please, Mirna, can you divide us in small groups?
Yes, so you'll have 10 minutes and the questions are in the chat as well. So you should be able to see them in your breakout rooms. And when we come back, Hanka will continue then. Okay? Opening the rooms now. Can everyone click to join the room? You should be able to join the room that's on the screen.
Where do you click?
Let's see, maybe I can help you. Hold on. Oh, it says you aren't in a room. That's why. My mistake. Okay, here. I will put you in a room.
Thank you.
Sure. Assign to 9. Assign to 9. And let's see. 2, 9.
Sorry, I was, my line was disconnected.
Okay, let's see here. See if I can make another room here.
But I was together with Donna, I think.
Oh, okay,
So yeah, she's
okay.
Oh,
So I hope you all had nice discussion. Is there somebody who wants to share something with us shortly?
yeah, I can share.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is Elizabeth. And yeah, with Marcus, I just thank you for giving us the 10 minutes because I felt we could go a lot deeper. And yeah, that time is really, I really appreciated. But yeah, we can go into something we actually end up talking about when we're in a difficult space. Yeah, my feeling was I feel like God actually kind of leaves me, or this fear of God. And we went really into depth of that, of why that is. And so, yeah, and I just really appreciated this, this 10 minutes. But the main point was when we have a difficulty, we can feel more empathy and we can connect more with God in that way and others. So by being able to share these things can bring it out more understanding. But I felt God really put me and Margot together. So thank you.
Thank you for sharing. So maybe through your talk, you could realize that sometimes the emotions which you are feeling, we are not allowing ourselves to feel them. And actually at that moment, when we are not allowing our emotions to be processed, well, then they can get stuck in our body and they can be trapped. And this is actually what's happening to all of us, I would say, especially during our childhood or during our development in childhood. And this emotional energy of our emotions can be stuck in the body. And actually it can be stuck in any part of our bodies. So sometimes people have problems in the back, sometimes people have problems with head or knees, whatever. And usually it means that there are energies of stuck, trapped emotions. So what we can do about them, right? During the life, we are actually adding more and more stuck emotion or trapped emotions in our body, and we are carrying this emotional baggage of emotions which we did not process well. And this energy of those emotions are actually vibrating in our bodies still, and this distorts the energy of other issues in our bodies, not only physically like organs and glands, but also emotionally, mentally. So how we can get rid of those emotional baggages which are stuck in our body in order to become our best selves? Because on one hand, the emotions are nice, great to experience the world. On the other hand, if they get stuck, then we can be affected emotionally and physically, and they can cause us problems. And either they can cause us problem immediately or decades later. So many people are always very surprised when we are looking for trapped emotions, that we are finding the emotions from early childhood, even though they are today 60 or 70 years old. They wonder why they are still there, even though they think that they don't remember them, or they don't feel any connection to them anymore. But the energy stays in the body, stays with us in the body. And sometimes those emotions can be so severe that they can develop into some physical diseases or even chronic pains. So how does this energy of trapped emotion looks like? It's like a ball of energy, And how I said, it can be stacked in different parts of our bodies. It's really like vibrating energy, usually has size of orange or cantaloupe. And most people have hundreds of them. Once Dr. Nelson said that we have approximately over 300 trapped emotions in our bodies. For me, I would say there are even more. I would say it would grow to thousands, yeah, because every day we can experience something which can get stuck in our bodies. So I would not say precise number of them, but each one of us has different number of trapped emotions. So I said these emotions can cause many physical problems. There are just a couple of them, which were already proved by Dr. Nelson, or he worked with people who had those problems and he could release emotions which help them to solve those problems. And also some psychical mental problems as well. How I said myself, I work with my depressions. So there are a couple of them again. So what kind of trapped emotion we can have? There are basically three main, but there are also some other energies. But I will just talk about those three main. The first one is our personal experiences, which we experience in our own lives. Some emotions can be transmitted when we were in the womb, and that they could be transmitted either from our mother, because at that time we felt everything, even though we were not complete human at that time, but still the energy could be passed to our bodies. But also it could be transmitted from our father. For example, in times when parents were fighting, during the time we were in the womb, we could get some emotions from our father as well, or from people around our mother as well. And some emotions are inherited. And this is very interesting actually, because we don't receive from our ancestors only physical aspects, but also energetical aspects. And everything they experience in their life, it's passed to their descendants. And what is good about this method, that when you release these trapped emotions, which are inherited, you are releasing them from all the lineage, and also from your children as well. So how can we find those trapped emotions? This is the way the emotion code is helping us. And the best way how to find them is actually to ask, to ask for them. Ask the right question and look in the right places. As we know that our mind is conscious and subconscious mind. And our conscious mind is like top of the iceberg. It's very small amount actually of our whole mind, approximately 10% of our mind, and receives input, analyzes, decides. And we are conscious of this mind. Yeah, we know how it works and we think through it and things like that. But most of our mind is subconscious and we don't see it. And usually we don't have the direct access to our subconscious mind. But our subconscious mind, everything what we see, hear, feel in our lives, our subconscious mind remembers. And everything is stored in there. And even though our conscious mind doesn't know it anymore, our subconscious mind knows everything what we experience. And usually it works on the foundation of survival. So it usually decides what we will do based on our past experiences. So how can we ask our subconscious mind about the questions concerning trapped emotions? We can use our body, because our body is like lie detector. Because our muscles weakens when we lie, and our muscles are strong when we are true in ourselves. And maybe you know that kinesiologists use this muscle testing. Also, Donna Eden also uses this muscle testing. So maybe you were already familiar with this. And through this muscle testing, we are testing if what we ask is true or if it's lie. And there are a couple of ways how we can test ourselves. And you can find those methods in the book. I just put some pictures here. The basic testing is arm testing, which is used by Dr. Nelson mostly. But some people actually don't use muscle testing, but they use pendulum instead. And it works the same, actually. Yeah. Actually, everything is working unless you believe it. Yeah. I use usually this ring method, which means that you make rings from your fingers and you put them together. And when you ask positive question like yes, and you try to pull them, it should stay stuck. And if you say no, then it should let it go. And actually also one basic muscle testing is with whole body. Maybe you can try it. Maybe if you can stand up, all of you, please stand up. And just close your eyes, stand steadily, somehow relax in a relaxing state. Close your eyes for a while and relax your body, relax your mind. Have your eyes closed. And now just imagine some beautiful park, families going around, men and women holding hands, children playing in the playground, flowers are blooming, birds are singing. Just imagine those nice pictures and try to feel the body, what is doing to your body at this moment. Now take a deep breath into yourself. Try to relax your body again. And now imagine another picture, very dark picture. There are guns shooting everywhere. People are dying around you. There is big noise, screaming. You feel very unsafe. Weather is bad. Raining, thunders. Just you feel sadness. And again, try to notice your body. What is your body doing at this? And you are imagining those pictures. Now take 3 deep breaths again. Try to relax your body and your mind. Slowly open your eyes and sit down, please. So could you feel some difference between those 2 images? Could you notice in your body, what was your body doing when you were imagining nice things, nice people or happy moments around you? Could you notice your body? For most of people in this, when we are imagining these nice pictures, our body is pulling forward. Yeah, it means like we are pulled towards this nice positive energy. And when we are imagining these wars and unhappiness and pain, our body usually goes backwards because we don't want to feel that pain. Could you have the same experience? So this is also one type of muscle testing which you can use when you are asking for trapped emotions. Like if there is some trapped emotion in the body, your body can go forward. And if there is no trapped emotion, your body goes backwards. But for some people actually, it can be opposite. But usually, like positive answer is one way and negative answer is the other way. So this muscle testing is also possible through other people. If we are testing for example, a child, we can use some adult, which we are testing instead of the child. And actually, in this method, in this energy work, it's possible to test people which are far away from us through our body, through ourselves. So this is called like surrogate and proxy testing. And it's very well explained in the book. So if you are interested, just study the book and you will see what method is good for you. So how we can release those emotions? If we find the trapped emotion in our body, how we can release them? We can release them through our intention. If we really deeply think, I want to release this emotion which does not help me anymore, which is actually an obstacle for my life, and I want to release it, we can really release it with our mind. Dr. Nelson is using magnet for releasing the emotions, and he goes with the magnet over the main meridian, which starts on the top of the nose and goes over the head and on the back, your body. And also, actually, it can be released through acupuncture system or massages. Sometimes you could experience when you went to have some massage that you suddenly started to cry when the person who gave you the massage pressed some point in your body, which was stuck with the energy of emotion, and you just started to cry. This is also the experience of people. And after releasing, actually, our body is free to heal itself at that point. Yeah, if we release this trapped emotion, the energy can flow again in the body. And the healing starts automatically after releasing, and it can continue for 1 or 3 days. The great discovery of Dr. Nelson is actually discovery around the heart. Yeah, our heart is very fragile. And it's like our second brain. It's at the core of us, core of our being. And if the heart is broken, it's actually very dangerous. Even physically, it's very dangerous. Because if we are broken in our love, then our heart is affected a lot. And many people, when they experience difficulties in the relationship, in love issues, they close their heart, and they create the heart wall. And the heart wall is like bomb shelter. Temporary, at the time when we created the heart wall, it was good protection, yeah, because in order to survive, we needed to make some wall in order not to feel pain or not to be hurt by others anymore. Especially in childhood, you don't have power to protect yourself sometimes, so you need to really protect your heart in this way. But it's not good when you grow up with your heart wall and you stay with your heart wall, because the heart wall is actually blocking the flow of love, yeah, and in both directions, yeah. So if you are trying to express your love towards others, it goes through this heart wall, and at the end, the other person does not feel your love, which you send out. And it's also opposite when others are trying to give you love and send you love. After it goes through your heart wall, you don't feel it at the end anymore. So the heart wall is really creating depression state, or it hurts relationship because there is no enough trust or not enough openness. And also it blocks creativity and success. There is one testimony from Elena. Since I released my heart wall, my self-esteem has gone up to the sky. I've been having one creative idea after the other. I feel driving force, which seemed to have left me long ago, is back again with a lot of strength. Yeah, so people have many times very nice experiences after releasing the heart wall. And actually the heart wall is created, or is is created with trapped emotions. Yeah, because subconscious mind is using the energy in our body which is extra there, and trapped emotions are actually the energy which is extra in the body. There is another testimony. My son was diagnosed as being clinically depressed at only 9 years old, and nothing was helping him. And this treatment has literally saved him. Thank you. There's another testimony. I now feel safe inside my body, heart, and mind. I also feel comfortable in the crowds. The deep sadness, anger, and confusion I felt my whole life is gone. Thank you from the bottom of my now heart-wall-free heart. This is from Laoni. She used to suffer from social anxiety and phobias. This is also the effect of the heart wall. When your heart is closed or behind the wall, you are not able to relate to other people. There is also some testimony from Dr. Jim. My next client had chronic, debilitating low back pain and very low energy levels. Trapped emotions from 17 years ago were the root cause. She practically danced out of my office with tears in her eyes. So there are many testimonies. Even in the book, you can find many testimonies from people. I recently received a very nice picture of new baby. And it was from one lady. I used to work with her. She could not get pregnant. I think they tried to get, or she got pregnant always, but she always, at 6 weeks, she always lost the baby. And they tried for many years, and I worked with her with emotion code and body code. And then we finished. I did not hear about her for a year, I think. And then recently she sent me the picture that she gave her birth to a beautiful, healthy boy. I was very happy to hear that. And she really felt like that this method really helped her to overcome this emotional baggage, which was blocking her from keeping the baby. So the next step of emotion code is actually body code. And I can show you the body code, how the body code works. This is the main map of the body code. And in energies, there are those trapped emotions, emotional trapped emotions. But there are much more things which are affecting our lives. Not only energies, which includes also allergies, mental energies, which includes, for example, no will to live or die, or will to die, and some other as well. But also it deals with physical issues like systems in our body. So usually we go through this map, and I'm trying to find the reason why why people have some issues in their life, or nutrition, lifestyle. We can also go there. There are many things actually which are developed out of it. Or toxins, yeah, toxins. These are the things which we are usually getting from outside, from our environment. But of course, if we have these trapped emotions in our body, we are more vulnerable. We can get those things easier, actually, I would say. So usually behind all our problems, physical or psychical, there are trapped emotions. And the next level, or over the body code, there is this original energy code, which was developed by Kurt Sattelberger, and it goes even deeper because it goes to our spiritual inheritance from our ancestors. And this is also actually the way how we can address more deeper problems or deeper roots of our problems. Of course, we carry with us the lineages, the issues of our lineage we are carrying with us, and sometimes make us more open and vulnerable for things which are affecting us in our own life. I will share again my presentation. Okay, just a moment. So now actually I would like to show you some demo session. And I would like to ask you if there is somebody who has currently some pain in the body. Or somebody who wants to try this method also. Is there somebody of you?
Yeah, I'd like to try if there's no one else wants to try.
Who is it? Can I see?
Elizabeth?
Oh, Elizabeth, yeah. Do you have some pain?
Yeah, I have pain in my headache. I have headaches, really intense.
And on the scale of 1 to 10, well, how intense it is at the moment? How intensive it is
At the
now?
moment, I'd say it's about a 7 or 8, maybe 8. Yeah, it's pretty intense. Yeah, still.
Me personally, I'm using the pendulum. Yeah, so I will look down a little bit on it. And I'm asking if there is some trapped emotion behind this pain. And the answer is yes. And then I go through a picture of emotions, through the chart of emotions, which was also developed by Dr. Nelson. You can find it in the book. And there is emotion of abandonment. And then I'm asking if this abandonment, this emotion was developed or you experience it in your life. The answer is yes. You were less than 20, less than 10, less than 5, 6, 7, around 7 years. Around 7 years, you experience this abandonment feeling. But it has also some inherited aspect, and it goes to father's lineage. 3 generations back. So it means your grandfather. Yeah, it goes from your grandfather. So now I would like to ask you to roll over your head like this 17 times. 17. Now I ask if it's released. Now it's released. And there is another trapped emotion. Frustration. It's the emotion of frustration. It's again some personal experience. Again, around 7 years. Inherited also. Again, from your father lineage, 3 generations back. So can you do 17 again over your head, 17 times? It's released now. And there's one more trapped emotion behind your headache. Taken for granted. And it goes again to your 7 years and inherited from father's lineage. So 17 again, can you do it? 17. Now take a deep breath in, out. And how is your headache at this moment?
Yeah, it feels, yeah, it's clear, it's light, there's space. So yeah, I feel it is gone. Really, literally has created this dissipation of it. Yes.
So now
Wow.
you can see, especially with pain, it can have really immediate effect just with releasing those energies. Yeah.
Yeah, it was right here, like just really like just holding, and that's just it kind of just it was amazing how to describe it. But yes, it immediately had the effect of releasing it. Thank you.
And like this is how it works. Yeah. So if you have some physical problem or psychical problem and you are able to work on yourself through this way, you just look for trapped emotions and release them, and you can see the result either immediately, sometimes after a couple of sessions. But I use it practically for any disease in our family. And I can see that my children have much stronger immune system because we are not using any antibiotics, like chemical antibiotics we are not using anymore. And they are more healthier and more peaceful in a sense also. And especially on, you can see it very directly on children. The effect is seen in children directly. And this method is also good because you can use it on animals. And there are many nice experiences with animals. You can release their emotions and they can be healed. And I could also witness many I had healing experiences with animals, especially horses and dogs. I could heal, or this method could heal. I think some disabled horses, they could not run and they started to run afterwards and they were almost blind and the sight was cleared afterwards. So many things can happen thanks to this method. So I hope you enjoyed that. And if you would like to contact me and to have a session with me, you can find me on telephone or email. Or you can ask Milna afterwards. She can give you my contact details. So thank you very much. And I hope I could give you some input into this method.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much, Hanka. What a beautiful presentation and what an amazing demo. And thank you, Liz, for volunteering. That was so cool to watch. It's very inspiring. So much healing can happen. So now we're going to open it up to questions. If you would like to unmute yourself and ask a question, or you can write your question in the chat for Hanka, and she would be available to answer questions that people might have. Don't be shy.
How long you have been practicing this?
Over 10 years.
Ah, okay, thank you.
I have a question. Like, so many times when I've read the book, then it's just you get a certain amount of knowledge, but you don't get very deep, like a really deep. Let's see, it only kind of hits for me. It hits a certain level, but it doesn't go into your heart, or it doesn't reach that level. So what can you do to go I mean, I'll get the book, I'll read it, but then I'm wondering, next step or deeper learning or what, into more understanding.
Actually, myself, I went through some sessions with others to experience it also, and also through those years which I was practicing it. It goes with time. Yeah. At the beginning, it was very superficial for me, and I didn't go deeply into it. But today, I can feel it even without asking. I can feel the answer, and I can more directly connect to God and to the spiritual source of the things which people needs to hear or to be healed with. So it goes with practice. Yeah. If you start to do it, try to do it on yourself, on your friends, on your family, and let others also show you how they do it, and let yourself to be helped by others. And through this, you can experience more and more. So just practice and experiences. This is the way how it can touch your heart more deeply, and also through the testimonies of others. Yeah, because when people come back to me and they are giving me some feedbacks, it's very touching. It's very, I feel like I could help them And it's very nice to hear that they are living better life. And actually, I can see it when I'm working with people, and I have more sessions with them. I can see how they are like at the first session. They are usually very close. They have really deep spirit. But after a couple of sessions, I can see how they are opening up and they are starting to shine. So for me, it's also the sign that it really works. And usually they are expressing the gratitude that it really helped them in their life, either with physical issues or with relationship issues. Yeah, but I could just get it through the experiences, through the practice. Is it okay like this?
So, so you recommend starting practicing on yourself and then maybe friends and family?
And family, yeah.
Okay.
And also we have a question in the chat. Thank you for your question, June. Have you had communication from your ancestors that they are healed or requesting for more healing from you? That's from Linda.
Me directly not, but my clients, yes. I'm in some way, how to say, maybe protected to be directly connected to some spiritual guidance. But some of my clients are expressing it. I feel like my ancestor asked me to do this and that. So I'm just working. What they say, I'm trying to help them. I hope it's enough answer. Linda, is it okay?
I think because you're dealing with the physics and you're dealing with the faith and spirituality part of it, do you have any dreams or a strong sense of feeling about after a session that you dealt with a ancestry in the past?
I usually have the experiences during the session with people, like we are working on some issues and I just feel what's happened in the past, what happened to their ancestors. And I'm just checking with the pendulum, usually it's true. So when we are releasing some emotions, intuitively I'm getting some images or some feelings, what could happen to those ancestors.
Okay, thank you for that. We have one last question, and it's from D. Will this method work for any pain?
Yeah, usually works. Which kind of, or what particularly, what pain? D, which pain do you mean, for example?
I had a fall. I was sharing with my Renee in our group that I fell a couple of weeks ago, and I'm wearing a brace and I have a cane now because I can't get to see a physical therapist for 2 more weeks, and I don't know how I'm going to get through this awful pain. So from a fall, I didn't know how this, if I practiced what was happening, the demonstration, would that help me with that pain? It's not pleasant at all.
It could help you. Of course, I don't know what is behind there, yeah, because usually we get hurt in the places which are weakened in our bodies, or energetically they are weakened, and that's why we got hurt in those places. So either there can be many trapped emotions in that place, or some other stuff as well, curses and things like that. Yeah. So, but of course it can help. For me, many times I woke up, maybe I had some chest pain, and when I did the body code immediately, emotion code, the pain went away. So for me it works, and for people also it works. So yeah, it depends really what is behind.
Okay, thank you.
I would use it for sure. If you have possibility to use it, just try it. I use it for my teeth when I have some pain in my teeth. I'm just releasing the pain.
Wow. Thank you so much. That was amazing. And I really appreciate all the questions. And thank you, Hanka, for coming on and sharing that with us today. And now I'm going to turn it over to Myrna, who is going to announce for next week.
Hi, everyone. So next month, let me see if I can share my screen. Actually, we haven't had a few plans that are going to be delayed, a few planned webinars that are going to happen in the new year. But let's see here. Why can't I do this? There we go. So in November, on November 12th, actually, I am a relationship and family coach, and I published a book within the last year. And we're going to have our next session about how our own self-care can help us to create connection, belonging, and unconditional love in our families, as well as that when we are doing parenting and grandparenting, there are opportunities for us to heal and reparent ourselves. So that's what's coming up in November. Let me stop sharing here. There we go.
Okay. All right. So thank you all, beautiful, wonderful, amazing ladies, for joining us today. And we will hopefully see you again next month. And we look for the email that comes with the recording and the info, and many blessings of positive energy to you all as you go forth.
And we'll include Hanka's contact info in the follow-up email.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Take care. Have a lovely
Thank
day.
you.